Welcome to the next episode of Hey OG, Nice Kicks. We're currently on episode number 16, so if you've followed me and joined me on this journey, thank you for going with me on my journey as I go through my collection and simply talk about the kicks in the collect. If you're new to this channel, it's a real simple concept. On this channel, I basically pull out my sneakers, I put them in front of this camera, I press record, and I talk straight from the hip about the sneakers, my impression of the sneakers. I do not rehearse for this. I do not edit the audio. Whatever comes out, so it's completely raw. I don't know if you remember the Wu-Tang line, raw, I'm going to give it to you with no trivia. I'm like cocaine straight from Bolivia. I give it to you raw just like that. So, and the background represents where I'm from. I'm from an inner city. And since this channel is not about me and it's really all about the shoes, it doesn't matter who I am or where I'm from. I do tell you stories about me, but it's really how my life and the kicks kind of interact and why I purchased the kicks. It's really been a fun journey up through this episode, and I look forward to the next, I'm going to say, 85 to 90 episodes I have to do based on the number of sneakers I have in the collect, or I would say kicks I have in the collect. So with that stated, during this episode, we're going to talk about another pair in the collect, another pair of Air Jordan 1 Retro High OGs. Kick the intro.
The OG stands for old guy. Just an old guy talking that ish about my kicks. Raw and uncut. Keeping it 100 about these kicks and ball. The channel about the kicks and nothing but the kicks. Okay, let's do this.
Okay, during this episode, we're going to talk about another pair of retro OG highs, Air Jordan retro OG highs I have in my collection. I was really excited when this shoe came out. When it came out, I thought that it was really going to be a hype shoe, and I thought folks were really going to go after it. So I actually purchased it before it came out, paid a little extra money, thought I was kind of getting ahead of the game, and learned a tough lesson that it's best to just be patient. Time is your best friend when it comes to sneakers. Not because I want to resell them or anything, it's just I could have got them for a better price. I thought if I jumped the gun and got them early, then I could, watch the value go up and then I made money off of the shoe just by having the shoe, whether I want to sell it or not. But in this case, I jumped the gun with these because when I saw them, I was excited, and it's a pair of Jordans that I really wanted. I wanted the gold tip version of this shoe, but I wasn't going to pay the money for those. I just don't think it's worth the return on investment for them. So when these came out, I said, well, I'll get these. They're not as expensive, and they kind of cover the same, realm or scope of what I was looking for in this particular type of shoe. As you can see, these are the patent leather, black and gold Air Jordan 1 High OGs. Very, very, very nice shoe. I thought it would be, like I stated earlier, more popular when it came out, but looking at the prices of it now, it didn't go up like I thought it would. Maybe it'll go up in the future, but right now, the price is not going to go up. I am not a reseller, so I'm really not as concerned about that as a reseller would be. I just like to make sure I get a return on investment for what I pay for sneakers. I think I paid maybe $80 or $90 over retail for these when I got them on one of those sites that I will not name, because if you want me to name your site, you have to pay me. But again, I only have about 5 or 6 subscribers, so I don't think anybody's looking to pay me. But and that's okay, because I do this for the love of my kicks and not to obtain subscribers. So with that said, This is a very, very fire shoe. It's DS, never worn before. The only thing I've done with these shoes, I purchased some leather gold laces to make them pop more, and I think those laces really do make them pop. So I kind of replaced the laces that came with it. It did come with a pair of black laces and a pair of, nylon gold laces that I don't really like. So I went out and purchased some leather gold shoelaces to really make these shoes pop. I love the gold accents on this shoe. It's patent leather. I love patent leather shoes. I've always, and even back in the day when I was a little OG, I guess I'm gonna call myself a young G, a YG, you would say. I always like to have a pair of patent leather shoes in my collection. Well, actually, I didn't have a collection back in the day because we couldn't afford to have a collection. But for the shoes I had, if I had to choose between leather or patent leather, I would always go with the patent leather because I just like the way it pops. I like the way it shines. It's a really fire shoe. This is another pair of kicks that, since they're DS, today will be the first time that I will put them on feet to see how they actually feel, because all of the Jordan 1s, they fit different because it's different versions of the Jordan 1. So I'm interested to see how these actually feel on feet. I am looking forward to wearing these a lot. Just to kind of reiterate, I only wear my kicks once a month. And you say, why are you telling me that? Well, because I said it in previous episodes, I just want to say, yeah, I plan on wearing them a lot, but limited to once a month, because I do not like to wear my kicks more than once a month. I want to try to preserve them and take care of them as much as I can, because you do spend a lot of money on these shoes, these kicks, and I just feel like it's necessary for me to do my best to maintain their original look as much as possible. If my sneakers get to the point where they have lost that original kind of newness look, that's when I'm usually looking for to replace them or give them away or just kind of remove them from the collection. So far I've been pretty successful at maintaining the vitality, I'm going to use that word, of my kicks. This shoe here with the gold, again, the gold tip on the back and then the gold Nike swoosh, and just simply the fact that they're patent leather, I said leather, that's where I'm from. We talk like that sometimes where I'm from. Leather. It's really when I saw it, I was like, I just gotta have it. I was looking to get the gold tip ones, and I still may get them if I can find them at a good price. So if you're selling the gold tips and they're real and not fake, I do have an authenticator that I can use to make sure that they're real. So comment in the comments and give me your information, and maybe I can purchase them for you. I do not like used shoes, so if you do have the gold tip patent leathers in this style, if they're not DS, don't waste your time. I don't want to put my feet in a shoe that I actually know someone else had their foot in. I just think that's nasty. At least that's just my opinion, but to each his own. Again, fire shoe. I put the fire laces in there to make them pop. They did a good job with these. I wish they did more patent leathers in Jordan in different colorways. I do have another pair that's patent leather, the Carolina to Chicago's. Again, another fire shoe in the collect. The fact that these are black and gold, you can wear them with pretty much anything. Basically, because it's usually what you call a neutral color. They're neutral colors, black and gold. So they pretty much can go with anything. And I'm going to wear these. I've had them for over a year now. And looking forward in the very, very near future to get out and walk around in these streets with these kicks. So like I usually say, there's a story behind the kicks. Since I purchased these during the pandemic and I haven't been out, and it's really not I won't have a story for all kicks. Sometimes I'm going to say it's just I see them, I like them, I say, hey, I work hard, so I'm going to get them. I want to add them to the collection. I haven't noticed that in 2021 that I've seen a lot of shoes that I like. I think they're just throwing different colors and trying different things. But this shoe definitely, and the only other one that I probably want to get again, hopefully I can get it at a good price. I am going to pursue that this year, are the gold tip patent leathers. So with all that said, which is not saying a whole lot because it's not a lot to say with background about these shoes, and keep in mind, I'm not a reseller, I'm not a brand promoter, I'm just simply talking about my shoes. So if I don't really have a story behind them, I just want to catalog these on YouTube for my own self and also share what little I can say about this shoe. I do recommend this shoe, not because I'm promoting Nike or Jordan. I just think the shoe is all that and a bag of chips, as the OGs would say. So with that said, I'm going to now show you, like the young kids like to do, how these kicks, these puppies, look on feet. Please stand by. 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 Okay, these are how these puppies look on feet. First time putting them on, and a lot of you are saying, why in these videos do people want to show us how these shoes look on their feet? And that's a good question. I don't know. I started doing it in episode 1, so I said, just to be consistent, I'll continue to do it. But it does give me an opportunity. Well, in my case, it gives me an opportunity for a lot of my DS sneakers to put them on for the first time. And since I'm putting them on for the first time, I figured I'd share that experience with you guys. Again, this is reality TV. This is realer than real world. This is realer than anything you're going to get, because nothing's edited. Everything is just how I feel when I see the sneaker. So you really get a first impression, a real impression. I do not rehearse. I do not practice anything. Whatever I say on this camera while I'm filming, I use 99.9% of it unless I make a mistake. And I do make mistakes sometimes when I'm doing my intro and everything. And you say, why is he talking about that instead of talking about these sneakers? The sneakers are, so I'm going to get back on point. So the sneakers are fire. They look great on feet. They're very comfortable for the first time. You do need a shoe horn to get into these, because you just don't want to crack the patent leather. I said leather again. Leather. Speaking Ebonics around here. So you really want to preserve the patent leather and use a shoe horn for these to get in, because it's a tighter leather. It doesn't give like regular leather, because the patent leather, maybe it will once I break them in and wear them a few times. They've been sitting in the box for a year. But very, very nice, very comfortable. And again, if you have those gold tips out there and you want to make a deal, DS only, comment, send me your link, and let's see. Don't send me any fake shoes, because I will find you. I may not find you today. I may not find you tomorrow. But to quote the great Red Fox on Sanford and Son, but one day you can be walking down the street and some OG is going to pull up in his wheelchair and he's going to take you out if you try to rip him off. So with that said, thank you for joining me on this episode number 16. 16, folks. We have a long way to go and plenty of time to get there, God willing. So thank you for joining me for episode 16 of Hey OG, Nice Kicks. Peace.